Hello, I'm Kendra, and here at Hooked by Happenstance, it is time for another installment of Cogitation, which is a series from now till, I guess, May 15th, and the anniversary of the channel here, where I am going back and subjecting myself to watching every video that I have published of myself on this channel, which as of this morning is like 181, I think, so that's a lot of looking at my face. So after I put up Tuesday's video, I totally thought of the fact that I should call it Cogitation, a year wrapped up. Hello, because I'm making a wrap all inspired by the year of my videos. Why didn't I think of that before? I don't know, but I thought of it when I was editing. So that is what this is called, Cogitation, a year wrapped up. And now we're going to talk about the month of June. Now this is going to be a little convoluted. Yesterday, I filmed a small clip just to give you a little info about something that was going on, and then I kind of just started talking about my experience doing the project, and my experience watching the videos, my experience making the wrap, and all these things. And in the spirit of honesty and stuff, I'm going to stick that on here, and just, yeah, because it was my initial reactions, and rather than trying to retell you the same thing in a more, like put together manner, she says, not very put together. Instead, I'm gonna just let you watch it, I don't know, come bubbling out of my head as it did. I have been working on my cogitation and it's been going really well and I'm enjoying it, and you know, the process has been good. But I've reached a little problem and I'm trying to not see it as a problem and not find it upsetting, and instead use it as a teachable moment for myself, because I'm trying to look at this whole project as like a really like introspective, teachable thing that we can all learn from. So, as you know, I picked the yarn colors that I picked because they were yarns that I had in stash, and I was like, well, we're going to make use of what we have on hand because that is my preference. And I was using the golden yellow, and I had one skein of each, and really, when I started planning this, I had not obviously watched the videos, written out the pattern. I just had this idea. So I start working it up, and I've used much more yarn of each color, and certainly of the yellow, than I expected. Now I know, I'm fairly certain that that number, or like that amount, will go down as I progress through the shawl, but I finished all of it that I had. So my sister very kindly took me to Michael's, because I'm somewhere with a Michael's, thankfully, because if I was at home, I wouldn't have the option. I mean, I could order things online, but it's not the same. But they did not have any more golden yellow. And yes, again, I could go online and see if they have some, but I'm doing this and I need it done for Saturday, so it's like a time thing. So it needs to happen. So the only solution I come up with is to change colors. So I bought some more yarn. I bought some more, well, they were clearancing out some of the colors of wool like that I'm using. So I bought like a bunch of what they had to make sure I didn't run out. And also they were colors that I liked. So I now will have more. And I found some wool like for $1.77 a skein, which I just really couldn't say no to. So I'm trading the golden yellow. This section will have golden yellow, but actually starting over here, where I'm running out, I'm simply going to add in the white. I'm actually even, I think, I'm debating, oh, it's going to stand out if I do that. Okay, I will tear back this one row to the beginning and then just start with a straight row of white, but it's going to be the middle of the same shop update. I didn't have enough to finish it, but I'm going to switch to using the color white. I chose the color white. My other option of what they had that I could have used would have been red, but I didn't like that. I didn't feel like it served the same purpose visually to me. Also, my family laughs at me. I have weird associations with the color red, so like, I don't think that putting red when it has stuff to do with your business is a good idea, because being in the red is a negative thing. It's how you show that you're lacking funds. So that just feels like, I don't know, bad juju to me. So instead, I'm going to switch to white. Main things about June 2017. I had about 130 minutes of video, which is 2 hours and 10 minutes worth of videos on the channel, and they were in 4 categories. So there were 4 Speedy Stitches, 4 shop previews, 4 Makes Mondays, which is the podcast, and 4 We Hook Wednesdays, which is the little pouchy doodles that we were making. So that is a lot of the same things in the same order. So clearly in June, I was working on having my stuff together and trying to be like, you know, somebody with a schedule who does things in like not a Kendra-like manner, right? I don't know for sure. I could go back and watch my daily vlogs and see, but I'm already rewatching all of these, so I'm not going to go watch those too. But I believe it was stressful. And especially there's a couple of the series that I stopped doing because they were stressful. Trying to keep the pace that I was working at just was not practical. It just wasn't going to work long term. So I kind of ran out of the resource of Kendra to do the channel that way. And in the same way that I kind of ran out of the resource of yarn. And so I had to switch to something else. And it's not that I have an issue with providing a lot of content. Even daily is not terrible if it's the right mix of things. What I had been trying to do in June, I was doing a shop update. So I was sewing a ton. I was doing a podcast, so I had things to show, and I was making a lot of things because of our county fair coming up. I was doing a Speedy Stitches, which meant that I had to make something and film the entirety of its making. So even though they were not necessarily like huge projects, I had to sit in one spot and basically do them start to finish. Yes, I could have taken breaks and like put the videos together, but it was just seriously easier to just sit semi-uncomfortably in one position and film the things. I like doing the video, like I like the way the videos turn out. Doing them is not the most physically comfortable thing for me, which is why that is one of the things that, as you will notice, has gone by the wayside. Though I think doing one of those, like, just because might be kind of fun. But anyways, it's not something that I can keep up. And We Hook Wednesday pouches. And since I did not do, I did a lot of the mental prep, and I'd written out a plan for all of the pockets for the We Hook Wednesday. When I started making the videos for it, I had not actually written out the patterns or made the prototypes. That is because I decided when I was going to start the new channel, and then I counted the number of weeks, and it was like, oh no, you better start that now if you want it done in time for Thanksgiving. So that is what happened. Was that the most well thought out thing? No. Did I make sure that I had enough of my resources? No. Have I learned from that? A little. So, I mean, June was a really good attempt at me sticking to a schedule, doing a lot of things, proving that some people were interested in watching, but I still finding the right amount of energy for me personally to do what I had planned to do was trying. So when I went through and I was watching all the June videos, I didn't quote anything that I said, which like also kind of stands out to me as a not super personal thing. Like nothing I said made me like, I don't know, get crafty feels. Like it didn't influence me now to think any differently. And I kind of would like to say things that make me think things even if I watch them a year later, you know? That's kind of how, like, the impact not only for you all, but for me, there needs to be some, or it's not really worth the investment, right? Like, time investment. When I started the channel, I expected that I was going to do more of, like, what almost every other crochet channel I watch does, either just, like, straight up a podcast where you show the things you've made, or do tutorials, which is where you're teaching other people how to do it, or, yeah, because I'm not really a great consumer of items, so it's not like you're going to come here to watch me haul yarn. I just don't acquire that much stuff, and the stuff I acquire is not fancy, so you're not going to get that from me, but I was trying to find ways to kind of do the like showing how you make things and whatever in a way that I thought was a little different, but not like too far off base. And I think that now, a year later, it's become like more oddly motivational and inspirational and more personally about me. And like I was saying last time, I think it's more about why I make and why I like the whole why of the process of creation, not just the what or the how. So that hadn't quite shook out yet. It also pointed out to me that, oh my goodness, summer is hot and summer is coming, and I'm going to be a hot, sweaty mess here soon, because Kansas summers are not kind. But I don't know, that's a thing. During June of last year, I moved into my new craft room, which is still a constant work in progress as I acquire new things or the focus of my life, work or otherwise, changes. I have to keep moving those priorities around in the space that I have delineated for Hooked by Happenstance stuff. So I also found going through, there were a couple of things that I made that I had made up the patterns that people were interested in, and I said that I would publish those patterns, and they have not come out, but I have thought of them, and they are still on the list, and now they are on another new permanent list of the designs that need to be finished so I can share them with the world. I just haven't honestly made second items of those things to actually do design work off of them, but those things will be coming. Also, at the end of the month, my wrist starts giving me problems in like the last video, and I believe that continues through a good portion, at least through July. I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious to see how long my wrist was messed up, because like now I don't really think about it, but I am also much more cognizant now if my wrist starts to give me even a tiny twinge of like babying the heck out of it, because that was not a fun period of time when it was not cooperating. Oh, and finally, June is when I started working on things hardcore for the county fair, which happens in the middle of July. So maybe start thinking about it now, even though we're well off. I'm already trying to think about the county fair now. If you are interested in your county fairs, contact your local extension offices if you live in the US. If you Google extension office and your state's name, it'll help get you hooked up with the extension program. Usually your county fairs are going to be run through the same office that like runs 4-H for your area, or they can at least get you hooked up with the right people. And then there is open class things that most county fairs have that you can enter as just like a person. And a lot of places don't charge you. My county fair doesn't charge me to enter. Part of the reason I enter so many things. And there are small premiums given. I mean, the premiums are like real small. Like I think it's like $2 if you get a blue. But I get a pretty ribbon to hang on my lamp, and I get to look at it all year, and that makes me happy. And, you know, it repays for a little bit of the yarn, and it's fun to get to go see those things, and it's fun to have stuff for the county fair to show. The people who run the fairs are usually really excited to see people from the community actually want to get involved. So there's my plug for county fairs, because I like to plug county fairs. Okay, moving along. Yeah, those are my reflections. I don't know that I meant to sit down and make this. I meant to just sit down and tell you that I bought a new skein of yarn and it was a different color, and I was kind of sad that I'm going to have to change because I think this looks so awesome, and I know people like the colors, but I'm going to roll with it in the same way that I try to roll with all the things that are going on with the channel and my crafting and whatever, and just, it never hurts to try things. And you can always change your mind. And that is the beauty of having my own YouTube channel, is that I get to decide what I do. And you, as a YouTube viewer, get to decide what you watch. So if you don't like something I do, you can move along and just watch the things you like. And if you're somebody who likes to watch it all, well, then that's kind of fun. But you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to watch me at all. Plenty of people choose to just not watch me at all. And then there's the person who likes to like always give me a thumbs down. I recognize it's not probably always the same person, but I just visualize it as it's the same person who goes on and is like, ha ha ha, you know, because they miss a day and then I get multiple videos in a row, like in a short period of time. So I assume it is the same person. Oh my gosh, the birds. The birds and the cars driving by and yeah. I miss the quiet of my country living, but whatevs. This is what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm gonna go work on this. So that was my thoughts from 2 different times about my thoughts on my thoughts. I'm just full of thoughts. And some of those are turning into a wrap, which you can find the pattern for at www.hookedbyhappenstance.com, where I have been typing out the pattern. So if you would like to go and make your own version of the same wrap, all that info is there for you, and it's already all uploaded and stuff. So you can check that out. There's also pictures more closely of the segments of the shawl if you would like to see those more closely. So I will see you all on Tuesday when I will be back to do the July segment. Have a good night. Bye.